Hey guys, LootWizard here with another Soulforge video for Gems of War, and we have a new troop out, new event, and new things in the Forge, so we're going to go take a look at all this stuff. Starting with the weapons, since there's a Doomed event going on, there is a Doomed Baton, and you can get this in the shop over there, I believe, so we're going to check that out later. But just taking a look at what this weapon does, it creates 4 purple gems plus 1 gem per tempering level. Now, the maximum tempering level is 10, so you could create 14 purple gems with this weapon if you can get it up to that 10. Now, these weapons do take a special type of scroll. It's called the Forge Scroll, I believe, in order to upgrade those tempering levels. And you get those by participating in the Doom event and getting up in high levels and defeating Doom rooms. You get different Forge Scrolls. So for this one, you're going to need the brown Forge Scrolls. You might have some saved up if you've been doing Tower of Doom events and previous brown Tower of Doom events. You would get those scrolls and you could use them for this. And just really quick, let me back out of this and go to my inventory. Where is inventory here? We'll just show you what the Forge Scrolls look like. Scroll through all this stuff. I know they're in here. There they are. So here's the Forge Scrolls. So I believe Stone Forge Scroll is for brown. Yeah, it should be. So, oh yeah, it is. Because you can see, like, by the color of the little thing in here and the color of the scroll, the side of the scroll indicates the color. So Stone Forge Scroll is the one you're going to want to upgrade it. I probably don't have enough. I only have 45 of them. But yeah, that's you're going to need these Forge Scrolls to upgrade the tempering level on any Doom weapon, and it's gonna take you going through these Doom events in order to get those. So just to cover that. So now what I think about this weapon, I think it's a good mana generator for purple, but the weapon itself doesn't use any purple at all. So you're going to have to use, if you want to generate purple gems for certain types of troops, maybe that would be good. But there's a thing here that says give 35 armor to all brown allies. So what I'm thinking is this weapon will probably be used best in a team that is a combination between brown and purple. So if you have like other legendary troops, Mythic, or anything that uses multiple colors, has brown or purple in it, that would be where you can still get a benefit from the 35 armor to all brown allies and still be generating purple gems for those other troops. Now, I think this one, in my opinion, is probably a little bit better than some of the other ones that do like splash damage, but this one's purely just mana generating. It does eliminate some armor here if the enemy team has a Doom, but that's going to be rare in like PvP and in Delve events and things like that. So it's pretty much just a like Tower of Doom weapon for that last ability. So Razor Claw, Axe of the North, these things are for the Urska allies and for the Urskaya allies. So these weapons can be useful because there are a few good troops in there, but I don't think they're worth the 300 diamonds if you're not high enough level yet where you have an abundance of resources. So I would skip those if you don't have a lot of diamonds saved up, because you can get yourself a Mythic troop that's going to be more powerful than these two weapons here by saving up your diamonds. So let's head over to troops. I'm going to check out the summoning stones here really quick just to see if there's anything that catches my eye. Sometimes there's something good in here that it's kind of hard to get sometimes. So far, nothing's really catching my eye. And I don't see anything this week. So that's about it for those summoning stones. So then for legendary troops, we have Behemoth, Jarl Firemantle, Kerberos, and there should be a fourth one. Caribidis? I have no idea how to say the name of this troop right, but this is the fourth legendary troop. It says it deals 35 damage to the first and last enemy. There are independent 10 chances to devour the enemies, boosted by 3% for each submerged ally and enemy. So, it's an okay troop. And then, of course, down here you have it gains 10 life when matching 4 or more gems. It's an okay legendary, but as always, I never recommend crafting any legendaries because you can save up to 4,000 diamonds and you can get yourself a mythic troop, one of the like the top 5 or 10 mythic troops, and you're gonna have a lot more success using that than most legendaries. There's a couple of legendaries that might be worth crafting, but most of them, it's better just to save up your diamonds for mythics. Behemoth is a decent legendary troop, deals damage to all enemies, destroys 12 gems. And since this 12 gems here is not based off your magic, if you do get Behemoth early on, and I think that's probably where Behemoth shines better, is when you're a lower level player, because the amount of gems that it's destroying is not going to be dictated by your current level in the game. So this damage will be, though. So you'll be doing less damage, but you're going to be generating those 12 gems are going to be destroyed. That'll add mana to your team. Jarl Firemantle is a pretty good legendary, mainly for mana generation, but it does deal a little bit of damage too on top of that, so that's good. Caberos, in certain circumstances, I've seen him be really good, but the 40% chance to devour is where he really shines. Unfortunately, the 40% just isn't high enough in my opinion. I mean, if they put it at 50%, it'd be a little bit better, but 40%, I've used Caberos before, and man, I tell you, yeah, I don't know if it's my luck, but I've cast this thing like 5-6 times and have not gotten a devour on it, and that's frustrating. So one of the things that really makes a team shine is the predictability of it, in my opinion. So if you know what your troops can do and when they can do it and how they can do it, you're gonna have a much better success with a team like that. These troops like this that have a certain percentage of doing something kind of bother me a little bit because I can't, have a clear, predictable strategy of what my troops are going to do. So that's my opinion on that. Moving on to the mythic troops here, we have Guard's Avatar, Yasmin's Chosen, Tina-9000, and Mambasira. So right here, I'm gonna say that the number one mythic troop you should craft this week, if you don't have it, is Tina-9000. Tina-9000 is still a beast of a troop. It is beautiful. I love using it. Deals for me here 33 to 66 true damage to 3 random enemies, and it gains 66 armor. That's a lot, and it is just an awesome troop. It doesn't have any mana generation for itself, so you will have to rely upon using your hero class or other troops to generate mana for it. But it reduces damage from spells by 50%, which is amazing. It adds 50% of armor to skull damage, and since every time you cast it, you're going to be gaining a lot of armor, it has a lot of potential there. The only drawback of using Tina-9000 is that it has no way to mitigate damage from skulls. So anyway, here, Tina-9000 though is, in my opinion, the best mythic troop that you can craft in this in the Soulforge this week. It's still within like my top, definitely my top 10 mythics in the game. I love it. It's an awesome troop. Now, second to that is probably going to be Mambasira, because similar to Tina-9000, Mambasira is doing a bunch of damage to random enemies. Granted, it's not true damage. And it is less overall damage here, 18 to 37. Tina-9000 for me is 33 to 66, and that's true damage, so that's even more when you consider that it's true damage. However, Mambasira still is pretty good. It's doing damage not just to 3 random enemies, but to 6. So it's basically going to do the same amount of damage that Tina-9000 would do if it wasn't true damage. So if Tina-9000 was just doing this damage to an enemy, that it isn't true damage, it's just damage, Mambasira would do similar to that. So overall, Mambasira is weaker than Tina-9000, and that's why I'm putting it at second. Yasmin's Chosen and Guard's Avatar. I would say Yasmin's Chosen probably has a little bit of an edge over Guard's avatar just because it has the looping potential. And it can entangle enemies. It creates 10 green gems. It uses green. It entangles a random enemy when matching a green gem. And entangle is going to cause that enemy to not do any skull damage to your team. So it's pretty good mythic troop when you consider that. Guard's avatar. I got mixed feelings about Guard's avatar because I have used it in certain circumstances and it has performed well. But there is a troop called Rowan, which you get in the story quest, which is half the mana cost as this, and it does the same and in some cases more damage than Guard's avatar. So, but this one deals damage to all enemies boosted by armor, and the max armor that you can get is 1,000, and the boost ratio is 2 to 1, so it's half of that. So the maximum damage that this troop can do to all enemies is 500. But you have to boost that armor up there to 500, and that takes a little while. Now, there is a weapon that can do that called the Shield of Urskaya, but it'll take a couple of casts to get that armor really up there, and then you got to power up this troop in order to cast it. So it takes a little bit to get this thing powered up to do the damage. So what I'm going to say here is, in the order in which I would rank them, is Tina-9000 is number 1, Malbasira is 2, Yasmin's Chosen 3, and in last place here is Guard's Avatar. So that's what I think there about those troops. So hopefully that helps you guys out. Kind of give you an idea of, you know, what troop is the best one to go for. I would say if you don't have Tina-9000 yet and you have enough diamonds, craft this thing right now. That's my opinion, because you can put that in any team pretty much, as long as the mana is not being blocked, and you will have a fun time. So we have the Tower of Doom going on. First of all, actually, let's go check out the new troop in the shop here. This is always sometimes I'm surprised at what they do here, but let's see. Snowy Screech. This is a snowy owl bear. It's a beast and a monster. 11 mana cost. Deals 32 damage to an enemy and freeze them. If my attack is greater, enrage myself. Otherwise, eliminate their attack by 10. So there's some basic things there. Might be useful in some circumstances, but I usually just grab a bunch here to get it up to Mythic. But I have a lot of glory kind of saved up. Otherwise, I would say get at least one of these, or a few of them there, just to get yourself a few of them. It'll help you power up your kingdoms basically a little bit quicker. And the other thing that you're getting is the arcane stones when you get these. Now, this is a 300 glory cost, and you get one arcane shield trait stone. And those trait stones really are important. There's some troops that really, really shine once you unlock the traits. So, that troop's okay. I wouldn't say it's amazing. The other thing, too, is we do have a new legendary troop. So, we're going to try to get that after I go over the Tower of Doom event. So, I have event keys here. I should be able to get it fairly quickly. Legendaries always drop for me pretty quick. Mythics, on the other hand, at least this year I've had better luck, but last year I had horrible luck with Mythic troops. So let's check out the Tower of Doom here. It is brown, so it looks like our team is going to be restricted to brown troops, but let's go ahead. We're going to get this weapon here anyway. Now, see, this is the cheaper way to get it. I think it cost 800 diamonds in the Soulforge. But this is the cheaper way to get it because gems are easier to get in the game than diamonds are. So this is going to cost a couple of hundred gems here to get instead of the 800 diamonds. So it's only available this week while the event's going on for these gems and in the forge. So you'll have to wait. Oh, wow. I think that's the first time that's happened to me. I got Catcher's the Bull, a mythic troop, in the shop here. I got the weapon, the doomed baton. But yeah, so you do have the potential to get legendaries and mythics by buying stuff here in the shop. It's rare, but it does happen, and I can't believe that. Like, what the? That's crazy. Catcher's the Bull. It's a really good mythic troop, actually. And it scales really well with the Guardians that are the same type of troop that is. So that's awesome to see that happen. I love that. As I was just saying about mythics, this year my luck has been great with mythics. It's just amazing. So, but yeah, also we have a new mythic coming out this upcoming Friday. So I'll be producing a video on that. Hopefully my luck is gonna still be good for getting mythics. But that'll be at the end of this week when I'll try to get that. So let's go in here and try to build a team here for. Now, the lower floors is going to be easy. Once we get to like floor 10 and above that, then things will start to get a little bit more difficult. But, yeah, so basically our restriction is for mana color brown. So we can use any weapon, any troop that has brown. And, when you start off, I would say probably a quick team is best. Something that explodes, generates a lot of mana, all that kind of stuff. So we have a lot of great mythics. Tina-9000 is obviously a really fantastic troop in here. And we have High King Iron Gut, which is probably going to be one of the go-to troops later on. I don't want to use that in the beginning because it'll be too slow. But once we get at higher levels, a team with High King Iron Gut is going to probably be essential. I could do something with Catcher's the Bull. Or Tina-9000. We also have Ironhawk, which is pretty interesting mana generator, and it does do some pretty good damage. You got Obsidious in here. You got Pan, which does a lot of damage. We have Mistralis for jumbling the board, enchanting allies. Stonehammer for ultimate defense plus mana generation of red and brown. We got the Grey King for mana generation and doing true damage. Silencing enemies. Tina-9000 is a beast. So, we got a lot of great mythic troops here for this. Let's see what kind of legendaries we have. Well, you got the Behemoth, which is a pretty quick, it's going to do damage to all enemies. Pretty quick troop, give you a little mana generation. You got Emperor Corvash, which is good. If you're really into skulls, you could go Glaceon. Gorgatha's here for decent mana generation with that. You got a few good things here. King Mikhail is this Urska troop here, deals damage to all enemies. That's also something that can be used. Queen Xochi is also one of my new favorite troops because if you have a storm going, it will give you a little mana generation plus, because it'll explode, plus it does damage to all enemies. And then it also has a 35% chance to summon a Harpy Mage when you match 4 more gems, which is a great mana generator. Love the Harpy Mage. That's amazing. For legendaries here, Sylvana Mora is also a pretty good one. Explodes the column, does damage to all enemies. This does a storm, an electric storm whenever your turn begins. I forget, it's yellow and red or something. I forget what it is. But that's an interesting troop too for mana generation. Gargoyle. So Gargoyle does a heck ton of damage. That used to be one of my great favorites to use. A couple of Gargoyles. We could put Ironhawk in here maybe with a couple of Gargoyles, and let's go Mountain Crusher. Because Mountain Crusher is one of the cheapest, best mana generators. I absolutely love it. Yeah, I'm gonna look for. I want double brown red. How about we go with that? Double brown red. There we go. And for class, I'm gonna go Titan just because I like Lightning Strike. And let's see if I have that equipped down here. Yep, Lightning Strike is equipped. I love that. Better for mana generation. So we got that, and plus, Ironhawk's going to be doing 5 damage to all enemies when you cast a spell, so that'll help kind of eliminate some of these troops early on, because these guys are going to be low. And actually, I got 2 Ironhawks. Let's throw 2 Ironhawks in there for fun. And 1 Gargoyle. Let's do that. That'll be that'll be interesting, at least for these lower levels. So yeah, let's just go in and let's do a few battles here. Let's have some fun with this. Because now it's going to do 10 damage every time I cast a spell. Oh, I can eliminate everything with one gargoyle. Boom. But yeah, I love the gargoyles. You could also double those up, like I said, and really do a lot of damage. But I'm glad we got a lot of potential for teams here. And this is powered up already. But yeah, you got a lot of potential of troops and weapons that you can use. And since it is brown, once you get at higher levels, you could use something like Mang and some troop that gives you some skulls. Or again, you got High King Iron Gut for that Devour. So that's really a plus. Wow, I'm just shredding these guys so far. That's because we were only on floor 1. Floor 2 is going to be a little harder. It actually takes a little bit of time for Tower of Doom event to get difficult. I think it's around floor 10, I want to say. Floor 10, something like that. That's, from what I remember, is a little, gets a little more difficult. I haven't even used my Iron Hawk. It's just that passive damage that it's doing in the traits. So every time I cast a spell with a troop, it does 10 damage to all enemy troops. If it was true damage, it would be like overpowered for sure. So even when I cast Mountain Crusher, it's doing that damage. The only thing is, when you cast it like this, it's going to generate mana. It'll do a lot of damage to the first troop, but it doesn't do any other damage. But it does generate a lot of mana, so that's good. So, yeah, this video is already going on like 23 minutes here, it looks like. So, I'm probably just going to recommend, if you have High King Iron Gut, to use that at higher levels. Otherwise, I would say these early levels, find something that does damage to all enemies and use Mountain Crusher. Or if you do have the gargoyles, I would use like 2 of those guys with something else that generates mana plus Mountain Crusher. But yeah, it shouldn't be too difficult to come up with a team for this Tower of Doom. Mang is a really great weapon, and I think that's probably going to be the go-to later on. Mang and probably High King Iron Gut, something like that. Yeah, I'm still surprised that I got Catcher's the Bull out of that shop. That's crazy. My luck on Mythics this year is insane. So, let's see here. The Crow. Do a little skull damage to him, and that's it. Now, the other thing you can do is I think the Guardians are... Let me check out the Guardians real quick, because that could be a really great team, too. Guardian... I thought... Are the Guardians brown? Isn't there like a kingdom here for... Yeah, Guardians. Right here, Defiance. So you could use a couple of Defiance too, and this does damage to 2 enemies. So this is another team you could do. You could do like 2 Defiance, and then you could do something like Ketris the Bull. Ah, shoot. What am I doing here? Why didn't Ketris come up? Oh, I'm in weapons, duh. And Ketris is not a Guardian. There we go. So you could put Ketris the Bull in here like this if you wanted to. You could put... Order probably doesn't matter too much. But let's just go in and do a quick battle with this. This video is going to be a little bit longer than normal because we got that legendary troop to go try to chase. But I just wanted to show you here, the team's kind of getting decimated over there already. But with a mana generator like Mountain Crusher there, we're going to get a lot of these 4 and 5 matches. But already we're getting that. So what's going to happen here is if you have these fully traded, it's going to give 4 to all skills. Oh, this is Urska, duh. So it's not going to do it on this. I'm dumb. But basically, it's going to give all Urska 4 to all skills every time you get that 4 or 5 match. So let me set up an Urska team here really quick then. I don't know why I was thinking Ketris. There's another, it must be the Red Guardians that are the same troop type, the Taros. So, if we want to make this work, we gotta put in here the Urska. So, we're gonna go way to the bottom, select Urska, there we go, and we're gonna go base rarity, find some good stuff here. There's no great mythics for this, unfortunately. Yeah, so anyway, you could do King Mikhail in there instead. And it's going to increase its damage to all enemies every time that this thing gets a 4 match. But it's also going to increase its own damage, so that's pretty awesome. Now, if you wanted this weapon to get the 4+ to all skills, you would have to use the Sentinel class. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep it on Titan. We'll do one more battle with this. So is this going to start out with 40 damage? I want you to see how quick this damage goes up. Because we're using 2 Guardians, so instead of 4 to all skills, we're getting 8 to all skills. So I need to get a 4 or 5 match here. We're going to cast Mountain Crusher a couple of times to get some of that going there. This is still 40 because we need to get a 4 match. Here we go. We got a 4 match. So we did that. Now it's 48. It's going to gain 8 damage. We'll do another one. It gained another 8. Now it's 56. And you could get that damage up there pretty high, especially like I said with Mountain Crusher, because it creates this dust storm. You're going to get a lot of brown falling down, and you'll have a lot of those extra 4 and 5 matches that happen. We unlocked the boss room. Let's go defeat the boss real quick with this team, and then we'll head over to the event keys and try to get that legendary troop. And of course, we got some mana stealing fox over there. I'm going to hit him. Oh, I can't hit him because he's doing his whole stealth thing. Well, take that. Oh, we got a bunch of... we got like 2 4 matches or something there. And this Doom is dead because we're doing like a lot of damage there. So that's a good team too. Use those Guardians. Alright, so now that we covered a couple of team ideas and things going on with that, let's head on over to our chest here. In the event keys, we do have a new legendary troop. Let's go check it out first. Was there a picture of it in here? Yep, new legendary right here. Ursuvius. So that's the troop we're going for. Get this new legendary troop only with event keys this week. So that's what we're going for, and I have 1,638 event keys. I'm going to open 50 at a time, and let's see how good our luck is. And we got it right away. Like I said, I do have pretty good luck with these legendary troops. So Ursuvius is a new legendary troop. It's also an elemental, 17 mana cost. It takes red and brown mana. It deals 23 damage to all enemies, boosted by burning and enraged allies and enemies. Boost ratio is 2, so for every burning and enraged ally or enemy, it will add 2 damage to that damage to all enemies. And its traits here: it will enrage itself when it takes damage. It reduces damage from skulls by 50%. It has a 50% chance to burn a random enemy at the start of its turn. So that it can burn. So that has the potential of doing extra damage with the burning. I wouldn't say it's a super fantastic troop, but it's something different for that kingdom that can be used. instead of a lot of the other troops that are going on in there. But it uses brown and red, so you could use Mountain Crusher with it, and that would be pretty good. So not a horrible troop. It's always nice to see a new troop come in. So yeah, that's all I got for you in this video today, guys. A little bit longer than normal, just because we had to go and get that new legendary troop and see what its ability was. But yeah, a couple of team ideas there. I really do like the Guardians. You could actually go with a third Guardian if you wanted to. You could just if you got enough to do 3 of them, you could do that too. So I'll finish I'll finish this video off with doing this, because this is gonna be hilarious. So yeah, every time we get a 4 or 5 match, we are going to gain so many points of damage. And of course, the little gremlin rooster there has a mana drain. All 3 of these are powered up, and I could kill that whole enemy team, but I kind of want... I don't have any brown. This is horrible. It's not really a good battle to do it. I'll just finish this off, and we'll go to a next battle. But yeah, you could get a lot of damage with these Guardian troops when you get those 4 and 5 matches. So this one should be better. With I got Mountain Crusher up here. Oh, there we go. We got that. So instead of it gaining 4 to all skills, we got a triple that. So it's getting 12 to all skills on all 3 of these Guardian troops here. So there we go. We just got a bunch there. We just got another 5 match. So look at the damage, 109. And if we keep casting Mountain Crusher, and we're going to keep getting these 4 and 5 matches here. This is hilarious, right? And they're also gaining a lot of attack and health too. And that's why if you really wanted to, like at higher levels, I would recommend actually using the Sentinel class with this, because it will also then give a lot of life and armor and attack to your hero weapon here. So, but this is going to do 157 damage, and it does it to 2 enemies. So you hit one, it's going to go and do that same damage to a second troop. So that's a pretty good easy team. So that's all I got for you here today in this video, guys. Thanks for watching as always. I love you, and I'll catch you on the next video. Later.